So now we're gonna move to girls NBA basketball, and man, when I tell you, these girls can play. These girls can absolutely play. If y'all haven't tuned in to the WNBA, y'all are sleeping, and you need to tune into the WNBA. So we had the Indiana Fever go up against the Phoenix Mercury. The Indiana Fever outscored the Phoenix Mercury 29-15 in the third quarter to propel them to victory versus the Mercury 88-82 to improve to 8-12 on the season. The first half was a close game, but Brittany Griner and Diana Taurasi did what they needed to do, and they gave the Phoenix Mercury an 11-point lead going in the halftime. But the third quarter, the Indiana Fever went on a 12-0 run, starting off with Caitlin Clark getting an assist to Aaliyah Boston. Then you saw Kelsey Mitchell hit 2 3-pointers. Then you saw Caitlin Clark again with a backdoor cut, bounce pass for an assist. And yes, that was everything that they needed to do to propel them to take the lead, and they just held on. They just held on since. And they end up taking the W 88-82. This is the fourth game, the fourth straight road game, and they will finish off their road trip by going up against Asia Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces. Let's go ahead and look at the scores table. As you see, Kelsey Mitchell had 16. Caitlin Clark had 15, 12, and 9, and she had a migraine. Caitlin Clark, oh my gosh, some of the passes that she was doing, and the finishes, and obviously the logo 3, that's what got everybody jumping. But Caitlin Clark's playmaking skills is top tier. It's top tier. I feel like what Caitlin Clark needs to do, continue to get better at her game, but Caitlin Clark needs some dribbling packages. I'm sorry. If Caitlin Clark over the summer, or over the offseason, should I say, get some dribble packages, oh my gosh, Caitlin Clark can really be goated. But this left-right, it ain't gonna work. Caitlin Clark, where's the between the legs? Where's the behind the back? You got the step back, but you need a bag. You don't got a bag right now. That's the only thing that's missing from Caitlin Clark, in my personal opinion. Aaliyah Boston had 17 points. Nalissa Smith, who got cooked by Angel Wilson. First off, Angel Wilson, shout out to you. First player in WNBA history to have 10 straight double-double games, balling, continue the ball. That's the Angel Reese that I like to see. The Angel Reese that played the Indiana Fever with like 25 points and like 12 rebounds, that's what I like to see. I like the trash-talking Angel Reese that backs it up with her game. But the one that tries and go on social media and like sounds like she's hating or being jealous, that's not what we want to see. Now I want you to speak your mind. Obviously speak your mind. Obviously, I want you to talk. Trash talk. But certain things that you say to the press or on social media, it doesn't need to be said. You know, be you, be professional, and then, like I said, obviously just be you on social media. But don't come off as hating. Don't say like no hating things. None of that. But the trash talking you backing it up with your game, oh yes, that's what I like to see, and I want you to continue. You are doing big things just like Caitlin Clark, and I 100% agree with you when you said that. You're doing great things. Continue to do that. But going back, Nalissa Smith had 12 points and 15 assists. She stepped it up. Teamy Fag Beanie had 10 points. And then for the Phoenix Mercury, Brittany Griner had 24 points. Diana Taurasi had 19 points. And Tasha Cloud had 15 points. But overall, those were the only 3 people that did something. And Kalia Copper, who averages over 20 points per game, only had 7 points. And that's what killed them. That's exactly what killed them. They have 3 Olympians on their team. You have 3 Olympians on your team, and Caitlin Clark came in there and beat y'all. Come on, man. Y'all should have put Caitlin Clark on the team. She's coming for blood. Caitlin Clark is coming for blood. You don't want to put her on that team, that U.S. team? Oh, yeah. She's going to show you time and time again why you should have put Caitlin Clark on the Olympic team. Kelsey Mitchell, 16 points. I don't know. Every single time I look at Kelsey Mitchell play, I fall in love with her game every single time. Can shoot the three ball, can dribble, can get to the lane. She averages 16 points. And this Indiana Fever team, yes, they may be 8-12, but week by week, game by game, they get better. They get better, point blank period. Whether it's in a loss, whether it's in a W, you can see the growth. You can see the potential on this team. Aaliyah Boston started off the season not playing good. Now she's playing better. Caitlin Clark is going to continue to learn. Kelsey Smith. Remember, Kelsey Smith was like the second overall pick coming out of Indiana. Kelsey Mitchell is cold. For those of y'all that don't know, pay attention to Kelsey Mitchell. She is going to still be there. Those are 3 girls that are going to be there. That should be your core. Now, if they can get somebody in the draft or something like that, good. But I love this Indiana Fever team. I really do. And it's not just because of Caitlin Clark. It's because of everybody else. Caitlin Clark is still going to do her and the things that she's doing for the WNBA, promoting it. The fans is coming, showing out for the games. I love that too. I love her game. I love how she's getting better. But to me, Kelsey Mitchell can ball. She can flat out ball, and I fall in love with her game every single time because every single game that I've seen her play, she's never let me down. Never let me down. And she played in less minutes this game, but she still stepped up and she still got you 16 points. So I like the Indiana Fever. I really do. This was a tough win for them. Tough win for them. Now, against the Las Vegas Aces, if they can beat them, oh my goodness. But there's 40 games in the WNBA season. They're 8-12 already. They're in the playoffs right now. If they can get to 20 wins, maybe that's harsh. They can get to 500 though. 20-20, 18-22, something around that line. But if they can reach the playoffs, it's a success if they reach the playoffs. They were the worst team in the league last year. And if they're able to make the playoffs, it's a success, point blank period. And for Rookie of the Year, obviously it's between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Whoever makes the playoffs, because the Indiana Fever are the 8th seed right now, and the Chicago Sky are the 9th seed right now. And whoever makes it is going to get the Rookie of the Year. I feel like they should get the Rookie of the Year because they're the rookies. You see what Angel Reese is doing with having the most consecutive double-doubles of all time for any female basketball player. You see what Caitlin Clark is doing. Look at the stats right here. We're going to actually pull it up. Let's look at all the leading scores. You see that Caitlin Clark is top 3 in assists, averaging 6.9 points per game. You see Angel Reese, defensive leaders for rebounds, now averaging 11.4. So she's actually leading the league in rebounds. So let's go to the offense, the scoring. Caitlin Clark averaging 16.2 points per game. She's really top 15 because her teammate is averaging 16.3 points per game. You see Caitlin Clark is right here. So she's really top 15 in scoring. And then 3-pointers made, we already know she's going to be in the top 5. She's actually tied for 3rd. And I think rebound, she was top 20 when I did see it. And she's like the leading guard for rebound. So they're both having spectacular seasons. But I think whoever makes the playoffs, whether that's the Chicago Sky or the Indiana Fever, should get the Rookie of the Year. And what they're doing, leading the way for their draft class, is something special. And the fact that y'all fans are continuously watching the WNBA now, I really appreciate it. I know they appreciate it most definitely because the WNBA, they should have been got this attention. They got so many good girls. And I feel like they should have been got this attention. So overall, this was a great W for the Indiana Fever. And Yeah, I see them going in the right direction. Whether it's in a win or a loss, this is a learning season. This is just a experimental season. And I feel like what changed for the Indiana Fever is making Caitlin Clark be the primary ball handler. You got to make somebody like Caitlin Clark have the keys to your team because she has so much potential. If you make her be the ball handler instead of her being playing more so off the ball, it'll help you. It'll benefit the Indiana Fever. And that's exactly what they're doing. And clearly there has been results. So great W for the Indiana Fever.